All right, well, she's a Hollywood actress who shared the big screen with the likes of Tom Cruise.
You are a very, very lucky girl. You know that?
I know.
Well, actress Julianne Davis breaking the Hollywood mold, the liberal mold, revealing that she's a conservative. In a new opinion piece, she writes this: the written and very public insults from Hollywood peers on social media and elsewhere have been numerous. Members of the Hollywood left don't want to listen, discuss, or even see a dissenting viewpoint that challenges their own comfortable echo chamber. It's ironic that an industry that constantly talks about diversity is so judgmental, hateful, and utterly rigid in its group think, end quote.
Actress Julianne Davis joins us right now. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Fully outed here on Fox and Friends as a conservative, which you've done already.
I'm a bit overwhelmed, actually. I didn't expect this response in any way, shape, or form. So, yeah, it's really overwhelming.
What does it mean to be a conservative today? You know, how would you define conservatism in your mind?
For me, I believe in freedom. I believe in capitalism. I believe that I believe in the autonomy of the individual, that the individual and their own self-respect, their own way for them to build themselves up and make their own life. I think that that's really important rather than depending on the state.
Julianne, we hear that's a great description, by the way. We hear the description of Hollywood as well as this sort of completely liberal town. You're affirming that that's exactly what it is. Why were you so fed up? Why did you feel the need to do that?
It's actually not just liberal. It's very, very progressive. Yeah, it's not just liberal.
So how hard was that? I mean, because you've been in Hollywood for years and years. I mean, you go to parties, you know, you're on the set of a movie, you know, filming a movie. Do you just try to be part of the conversations and agree with people and kind of hold yourself back?
Yeah, oftentimes I would just kind of bite my lip, you know, and just not say anything, or I would say, yeah, you know, and I'd try and play the fence for years.
Sure.
I played the fence, and I got to the point where I just thought, you know what, no, I'm not going to live in fear anymore.
What's wrong with self-determination?
And I thought, even if they...
You mentioned self-determination, or you said you mentioned self-determination as sort of the foundation of your conservative beliefs. It seems like that Hollywood would champion that. There's so many stories of people getting on a bus, moving from Kansas to move out to Hollywood to try to make it on their own.
Exactly. I think that Hollywood is sort of like a microcosm of what's happening all over the country today. We are not accepting of all views, and Hollywood, of all places, should be accepting of all views. Yeah. So I don't understand why this is happening, and that's why, I mean, you know, people are going to call me a pariah, or think of me as a pariah in Hollywood, but I'm just glad that at least somebody, even though it's just little old me, can speak up. And I just feel like I'm speaking up for a lot of people that are afraid to speak up.
Well, you very much are. You're not a pariah here for sure. Briefly, at the end, has anyone else come to you, you know, privately and said, "I'm with you"?
Yes.
so they're out there. There are thousands, really.
Thousands of people have come to me and said that. And
How about in Hollywood?
I don't feel like I'm in a few, yes. A few. Not many,
you want
but
names.
a few.
I want names, yeah. You want to
You're not going to get them. You're not going to get them.
Yeah, you know what? I would never do that to them, because the thing is that a lot of these people they're right in the middle of the Hollywood machine. They're working for a network or a studio, and to do that, I mean, they would get fired.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Unbelievable.
The thing is that there's a lot of really... a lot of the really big actors or directors or producers or whatever that are conservative, and they're making a lot of money for the studios and networks. Of course, those people aren't going to get fired. Well, I'm kind of like the little guy in Hollywood, the little guy that if we spoke up, we're expendable, and they would much rather not have one of us and have one of their own. And that's the problem, because you think, you know, there's a lot of conservatives out there, or maybe people that have a slightly dissenting belief, that have a lot to offer artistically. Yeah. You know, they're talented, they have great ideas, they've got integrity, they work hard, and those people are just going to be shut down.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for facing your fears and being true to yourself and sharing your story with us this morning, Julianne.
Julianne, I know it's not easy. You've done a great thing.
I just really feel that it's a... Thank you.
We appreciate it.
You've done a great thing. Hollywood should be a voice
Okay.
for all different types of people,
That's right.
Julianne. So thank you so much for writing
The
that
left
op-ed.
is so tolerant.